Hi everyone, my name is Frankie and welcome to a Movie a Day Challenge. Today is day number 308 and it's November 4th, 2018. Today I'll be watching the 1968 Western film, Once Upon a Time in the West. Now in each episode of a Movie a Day Challenge, I pick one film that I've never seen before. And then I take that movie's movie poster and place it to the side of me. I do this because I absolutely have no idea of what the film that I'm about to watch is about. And being that I have absolutely no clue about the film or what it's about, I feel like I need to draw some type of conclusion of what I think the film may be about, based solely off the movie poster itself. In saying this, let's go ahead and take a look at the 1968 Western film movie poster to Once Upon a Time in the West. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, the viewer, I actually think this is a pretty cool movie poster. It's got a nice, animated feel to it, as well as being action, because we got someone right here, even though it's a cartoon representation of whomever is in the film, being shot and flown to the, just flying through the air. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. It shows you that there's action in this movie. There's also the actor and actress in this film. One of them being Henry Fonda and Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson we got to see in The Magnificent Seven the other day. Terrific actor. Looks like it's going to be a cool and interesting film. I like the fairy tale twist to the name, Once Upon a Time in the West. So I'm really wondering what this film has to offer. It's getting me intrigued and very excited to watch it. I'm looking forward to sitting down and enjoying the 1968 Western film, Once Upon a Time in the West. Now, after I finish analyzing the movie poster itself, I then let you, the viewer, know that I'm going to go ahead and watch Once Upon a Time in the West. But before I go and do that, I want to let you, the viewer, know that after I finish watching Once Upon a Time in the West, I then come back and tell you a little bit about the film. However, I don't go in great detail about the movie. You see, I don't release any major spoilers about the film, nor do I tell you anything about the plot of the film either. Why? Well, because I don't want to ruin your chance of watching a really great film for the first time. And since this is also my first time watching Once Upon a Time in the West, I wouldn't want anyone to tell me any major spoilers about the film or anything about the movie's plot before I actually go ahead and watch the film myself. I want you to enjoy this film just like I'm about to for the first time, and be entertained by it, because that's the sole purpose for a Movie a Day Challenge. Now, in case you've previously seen the 1968 Western film Once Upon a Time in the West previously, then please feel free to substitute Once Upon a Time in the West for another film for your viewing pleasure. It doesn't even have to be in the genre of Western films. This way you can enjoy a movie and take part in a Movie a Day Challenge, and possibly watch each film along with me as I go along. In saying that, I'm going to go ahead right now and watch the 1968 Western film Once Upon a Time in the West, and then I'm going to come back and tell you a little bit about the film. I'll be right back. I just finished the 1968 Western film Once Upon a Time in the West, and I want to let you, the viewer, know that Once Upon a Time in the West is a great movie. It's a very long film, close to 3 hours in length, but it is a great movie. I thought that the production in this film was incredible. The shots of the actual West between Utah and Arizona, because those are the locations that were used to film this movie, is amazing. Really, to see the canyons, to see the desert, to see the way people lived back in the 1800s is quite amazing and incredible to see. It's also very beautiful and very eye-catching. If there's one thing about this film that really stands out, it's the production of this movie. The acting is a great piece of work for this movie. The acting between Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson, I can't pronounce the girl's name, but I will say this: it's great to watch. It is a great film to sit down and enjoy, because I think this really hits home with what every Western film tries to be, and it's made by Italian filmmakers. And they really hit, I don't know if the spaghetti western was because of this, but this hit home because you start to feel like the thrill of the ride of what it is to be sort of like the outlaw, sort of be like the good guy. The shots that they were able to use for this film, that there's close-ups of faces. You get to see the emotions. You get to see whether someone's really like frightened or if the scene's going to be intense, all by the shots that were used from the makers of this film. And I think that stands out among everything in this movie, is the way that the shots were done for it. The acting is great. I really enjoyed the acting by the cast in this film. Aside from that, the action scenes are really cool. They are intense because there are some scenes that get really intense and you don't know what's about to happen, and you're just only like on the edge of your seat thinking, is it going to go this way or is it going to go that way? But it's played out beautifully, the way it was filmed and the way it's shown to you, the viewer. Another thing that I'm happy about, that there was not that much like blood in this film. There's not really that much blood in this film. It's very tasteful. And to be honest, there's no nudity in the movie, which is great. There's no nudity in it. It's a solid classic Western movie, and it's cool. And I really thought that the title of this film was very catchy. Not only is the title of the film catchy, it makes you think of fairy tales, but also the music in this film is catchy as well. And you'll be whistling the theme to this movie because it's really fun to sit like to whistle. You don't like to just have in your head and you just walk around to it. Like just interact with the movie and just be like, I can see myself just do like that. It's really fun. All in all, it's a great film, and I'm going to check out if this won any awards, because it really should have. It's a great film. Yes, it's definitely a film that I would recommend to my family member or friends, even though it's a very long film. I think close to 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It's a close to 3-hour film. It's an epic movie. It's cool. It's great. And it's really enjoyable. Would I watch Once Upon a Time in the West again? Yes, I would. Especially for the opening scene of this movie. It's so cool. Be sure to check out what happens with the fly. It's really interesting to see. Yes, I'm talking about a fly. Enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. It brought very much entertainment to me. That's what's the purpose for a movie a day challenge. That I was entertained by it, but it made me feel happy. Enjoy the film. Now, if you like today's episode, you see that thumbs up underneath this video? Click it. Give us a like for today's episode. As you're doing that, maybe you've seen the 1968 Western film Once Upon a Time in the West and liked it. Maybe you've seen it and you didn't like it. Maybe you're interested in watching the film, to hear my review about the movie. You're going to watch the film after watching my review and then come back and write something. Well, whichever the three may be, please tell me in the comment box down below. Right down there. And as you're doing that, you see the word subscribe underneath this video? Click it. Subscribe to a Movie a Day Challenge. Now, tomorrow is day number 309 of a Movie a Day Challenge, and it's also the start of a special week for a Movie a Day Challenge. It's the Clint Eastwood week of Western films. And tomorrow is day number 309, and the 1976 Western film, The Outlaw Josey Wales. My name is Frankie. I will be here tomorrow for day number 309 and the 1976 Western film, The Outlaw Josey Wales. I will see you tomorrow.